Hello dear students, and I hope you are doing well. I think you are following that courses or those courses through the YouTube. And I'm so happy to receive your comments. If you've got something to tell me, don't hesitate please, and just write your comments on the bottom of the YouTube. Great. So still in Unit 5. Unit 5. Do you remember the title of Unit 5? Very good. It is, when you want, yes, thank you very much for this. When you want to tell a story, when you want to narrate a story, how do you start it? Especially if the story is fictional and not real. Very good. It is once upon a time. Once upon a time. Very good. Once upon a time. So once upon a time is the equivalent of kan, ya makan in our native language. So sequence 1 is listening and speaking. We're going to listen and interact upon what we have listened to, and speaking. Great. The first thing is anticipate. Yes, anticipate. Good. You're going to watch some pictures about something and think about what it is. So please watch with me the following. So anticipate. It's about task 1. Look at the pictures and find the title of the tale. We're going to make a voyage through 5 pictures. Through it you are going to give me the title of this tale, the title of this story. So, picture 1. Picture 1. Can you see it? So see that we've got 2 different characters. Picture 2. Yes, you can see something very attractive, very interesting, very illustrative. Picture 3. Oh my God, you can recognize who this character is. Picture 4. Oh my dear, you see? It's very clear. And the last picture. And the last picture, which I see very relevant to understand what we are talking about. Thank you. So, until now, great. So, thank you very much. You boy, what do you think this tale is about? You think about? Yes, let's write it. I write all what you. So, Red Riding Hood. Red Riding Hood. Very good. I'm writing. B. Yes, you sweet girl. What do you think it's about? You think about Alice. Alice in wonderful lands. Good. Yes. What about you, daughter? Very good. It is. You think it is about Snow White, and the 7 dwarfs. Very good. And the 7 dwarfs. Good. So, Red Riding Hood. Petit chaperon rouge. Alice in Wonderful Lands. Alice au pays des merveilles. And Snow White and the 7 dwarfs. Blanche-Neige et les 7 nains. You see that all that are tales. We call them tales. What do we do here? We narrate. As I told you, or we relate. Yeah? Narrate or relate story. It can be for joy, in order to feel happy. When I read the story of Red Riding Hood, I feel so happy. B, to extract a moral lesson from, yeah? Each one ends in a moral lesson. Very good. So it can be for joy, but it can be for pleasure. Joy or pleasure. Thank you very much. So now we're going to identify or recognize if it's A, B, or C. We don't know if it's Riding Hood or Alice or Snow White. You see that we've got here all are what? Are girls. Snow White is a girl. Alice is a girl. Red Riding Hood is a little girl too. So I'm going to go through the next piece of our lesson and we are going to see if it's A, B, or C. Thank you very much. Great. Listen and check. So listen and check. It means you're going to listen to me reading something and you check which answer is really correct. So listen to the audio script and choose the correct title. Of course, we have 3 different answers. We have the Red Riding Hood, Alice in Wonderful Lands, and Snow White and the 7 dwarfs. And there's only the pictures are going to correspond only to one title. What? Yes? What is it? It's for you to find the answer. Part 1. Snow White was a princess who lived long ago. Her mother died and her father remarried. Her new stepmother wanted to kill her because Snow White was more beautiful than she was. Then Snow White ran away and hid in a small cottage that belongs to the 7 dwarfs. The beautiful girl Snow White took refuge in the forest in the house of 7 dwarfs to hide from her stepmother, the wicked queen. The queen was jealous because she wanted to be known as the fairest in the land, and Snow White's beauty surpassed her own. I read again. Snow White was a princess who lived long ago. Her mother died and her father remarried. Her new stepmother, زوجة أبيها. Her new stepmother wanted to kill her because Snow White was more beautiful than she was. Then Snow White ran away and hid in a small cottage بيت. They belong to the 7 dwarfs. أقزام السبعة. The beautiful girl Snow White took refuge in the forest, in the house of the 7 dwarfs, to hide from the stepmother. The wicked queen. The queen was jealous because she wanted to be known as the fairest in the land, and Snow White's beauty surpassed her own. Thank you for listening. Great, dear students, back to you. So, what do you think the answer is? Is it A? Is it B? Is it C? What is it? Yes, you boy? Thank you very much. It is answer C. Snow White and the 7 dwarfs. Snow White and the 7 dwarfs. Now, let's move into task 2. Task 2. Thank you very much. Great. Task 2. Listen to part 1 of the following team and choose the answer A, B or C, which best completes the statement 1, 3. It means you are going to read 1 and you choose answer A or B or C. Answer 2, A, B or C, and 3, A, B or C. So listen to me. Listen to me. One, you're going to Snow White was a pretty girl or a fantastic girl or a wonderful girl. Pretty girl, fantastic girl, wonderful girl. 2, as Snow White, as is because. As Snow White was more beautiful than her stepmother, زوجة أبيها, she had a lot. She liked, she hated, she punished. Liked, hated, punished. 3, Snow White could find a new family in the village where she lived. Neighboring village, قرية المجاورة. Neighboring village would. So now listen to me, read again the following script and you try to find the right answer for each of the 3 statements. Snow White was a princess who lived long ago. Her mother died and her father remarried. Her new stepmother wanted to kill her because Snow White was more beautiful than she was. Then Snow White ran away and hid in a small cottage that belonged to 7 dwarfs. The beautiful girl, Snow White, took refuge in the forest in the house of 7 dwarfs to hide from her stepmother, the wicked queen. The queen was jealous because she wanted to be known as the fairest in the land, and Snow White's beauty surpassed her own. Thank you for listening. Great. Snow White was a pretty girl, a fantastic girl, a wonderful girl. What do you think? Very good. So the answer is pretty girl. What was the synonym in the text to pretty? Very good, it was beautiful. 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 Very good. Second one. As Snow White was more beautiful than her stepmother, she had a lot. Did she like her a lot? Did she hate her a lot? Did she punish her a lot? Very good. She hated her a lot. Hated her a lot. See that the verb is in the past. Hated. 3. Snow White could find a new family in the village where she lived, or in the neighboring village, or in the wood. Very good, in the wood. So what's the wood? The synonymous word in the text to wood. What is it? Very good, it is the forest. It is the forest. Yeah, I've spoken about a new family. A new family. So, what do I mean by the new family? Very good, it is the dwarf family, or the 7 dwarfs who live together in the cottage. Thank you very much, you've done a good job. So let's move down to task 3. Task 3. Task 3 is about this. Yeah, task 3. Listen again to the second part of the tale and complete the table that follows. And complete the table that follows. In this table we've got the host family. The host family, it means when Snow White had run from her stepmother who wanted to kill her. Where did she go? Where did she go? Who received her? Very good. Which family received Snow White? This is what I mean by the host. مضيافة. Column 2. How did Snow White serve the family? It means, what did she do for them? Column 3. What happened to her? What happened to Snow White? What happened to Snow White? And the last column, who saved her? Who saved her? So let's repeat. You're going to listen and find the host family, it means who received Snow White. You're going to find the activities Snow White did to the new family. You're going to tell me what happened. What's the accident that happened to Snow White? And you recognize who saved Snow White from death, from being killed. So that is our next task. Part 2. The dwarfs grow to love their unexpected visitor, who cleaned a house and cooked the meals. But one day, while the dwarfs were at the diamond wine, the queen arrived at the cottage disguised as an old peddler. بائع الطريق. Peddler. Woman. And persuaded Snow White to bite into a poisoned apple. The dwarfs, warned by the forest animals, rushed home to chase the witch away, but they were too late to save Snow White from the poisoned apple. They placed her in a glass coffin in the woods and mourned for her. بكوا عليها. The prince who had fallen in love with Snow White happened by and awakened her from the weak queen's death-like spell. I read again. The dwarfs grow to love their unexpected visitor. Yeah, the dwarfs loved much Snow White. Why? Who cleaned the house and cooked the meals. But one day, while the dwarfs were working in the diamond mine, the queen arrived at the cottage disguised as an old peddler woman. And of course the queen is the stepmother. She arrived at the cottage disguised as an old peddler woman. Peddler woman means بائعة الطريق. And persuaded Snow White to bite. It means to eat, to bite into a poisoned apple. The dwarfs, warned by the forced animals, rushed home to chase the witch away. The witch Sahir away. But they were too late to save Snow White from the poisoned apple. They placed her in a glass coffin in the woods and mourned for her. The prince who had fallen in love with Snow White happened by and awakened her from the whipped queen's death-like spell. This story has been adapted from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, Brothers Grimm. The writers, Brothers Grimm. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much. I know that you have enjoyed the story of Snow White. And it's really something very motivating to increase our love to life, because life is beautiful and there are still people who are good and generous. So, in task 3, of course you have been listening to the second part of the story, of the tale, and you have answered the following task. So, who is the new family of Snow White? Very good. It is the seven dwarfs. أقزام السبعة. The seven dwarfs. The seven dwarfs had a cottage in the forest. Could you imagine this in a forest? Very good, in the wood. Yes, in the what? In the wood. They used to have a cottage. A cottage is a house which is like this. Yes, very nice house, as you can see here. Yeah, here there's a yard. Of course, here we've got trees. So this, we call it a cottage. We call it a cottage. Now, what did Snow White do in this family? How did she serve the new family? Yes, sir. Very good. And she cleaned the rooms. Very good. Yeah. So this was activity 1. What about activity 2? Very good, girl. It is. Very good. She cooked for them. She cooked meals. You see, she cleaned, تنظف. She cooked meals. Yeah. She cooked meals. What happened to Snow White? What happened to Snow White? Very good. The queen. Yes. What happens to the queen? Very good. Yes. Disguised into a peddler woman, into a peddler woman. Yes, gave Snow White what? Snow White a present. Yes, a present apple. And she died. And she died. Of course, you have seen the seven dwarfs mourning to her. But did she really die? No. She had been saved by who? Yes, dear students, by the prince. By the prince who loved her a lot. Who loved her a lot. So you see that this story is so motivating, as I told you, and it gives the envy to live. It gives the envy to live, since there are people who are there for you. They love you. You see that you are living in so hot conditions because of coronavirus, COVID-19, but you are here for you students, for your success, for your motivation to learn through YouTube, or as we call this system, distant teaching or distant learning. Thank you very much. And now we're going to see something new and something different. See you in some seconds.
شكرا على المشاهدة. لا تنسوا الاشتراك في القناة، الضغط على الجرس، الإعجاب بالفيديو.